Good evening, guys. I hope everyone's keeping well. Rob back for a video. This is a response video to Richard McCook. God bless him, the pop king of the VC, undisputed, of course. Yeah, he's come up with another 10 questions. In fact, he's called it 10 final questions. So I'm anticipating that he's kind of he maybe won't be coming up with any more of these questions anytime soon. But he did do 10 similar questions last year, which I did answer, and a lot of you out there did answer as well. So, but he's come up with another 10. So yeah, I'm was very happy to participate. They're interesting questions. It gets you thinking about your channel in terms of what you do and other people. And it's just quite a fun thing to do. So always happy to support Richard's channel. Been watching him for a long time. If you don't know Richard, go over and subscribe to his channel. He's great. He's, as I've said, he's the undisputed king of pop. His knowledge is vast, as is his collection of 45s albums. He's got complete collections of a lot of classic kind of pop and rock bands from the sort of 60s onwards. And he's very knowledgeable, great with dates about in terms of the charts and so on as well. So if Uncle Google doesn't know it, then I'm sure Richard would quite happily fill in. So anyway, so let's start answering some of these questions. So, okay, so kicking off with question number 1. Do you ever struggle to come up with ideas for videos? Yes, always. Ever since I started 3-something years ago making videos, I've always struggled. It's been a real problem for me. Thinking of ideas. I guess for me, I'm not particularly original in terms of video ideas. A lot of what I do is, as people who subscribe to my channel will know, you know what to expect from me. It's usually the classic kind of show and tell, of showing vinyl finds, record fair, stuff I get from my regular independent record shop, etc. I do jump on the coattails of other people as well and do thread videos and so on, but I find those very difficult to come up with myself. I think I have done that one or two occasions in the past, but I don't think they really caught on. So and I really admire and take my hat off genuinely to people who do manage to come up with these original videos, because without them, there'd be a hell of a lot less interesting content arguably out there. So yeah. So the answer is yes, of course. Yes, again, I struggle to come up with ideas for videos, but I am working, albeit not all the time, to try and address that and hopefully come up with something a bit more out of my comfort zone, what I normally do. So there you go. Okay, so if purchasing question 2, if purchasing subscribers was an option, would you partake? Absolutely not, to be honest. Why anybody would want to buy subscribers, sort of the idea of kind of a forced way of getting people, which wouldn't be. People just, it's just a number at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know. It's certainly not an indicator for me. If somebody's got 10,000, 50,000 subscribers, Are they great video makers? Is it something that I'm going to enjoy? Not necessarily at all. I mean, some people who started off more or less when I started off, who really struggled for a while to get kind of traction and momentum. I thought their video making was brilliant, really, really interesting, and grabbed me. And yeah, I mean, I watch it. Um, you know, I watched them not necessarily just because of the content or the records that they're showing. Of course, yes, that's a really important thing, but it's the personalities as well, I think, that is really important, and that will sometimes take me in as much as anything else, which is something I'll mention on as well on one of the later questions. I'll touch on that as well. So, but yeah, no, I think buying subscribers is a terrible idea. It's like it's trying to it's like trying to buy people's votes or something, in a corrupt way or something. It's just no, not a good idea. Okay, question 3. Do you like to mention how much you paid for your records? Not really. I do I do that? I don't know. I might have done that on a few occasions, but yeah. I mean, usually if I've paid a lot of money for something, I'll usually say, oh yes, it's 3 figures, or it's this, or whatever. So not giving the game away particularly. As to how much I paid, I guess if I was to find something that was of high intrinsic value and I picked it up for next to nothing, well then yes, I probably would be inclined to give the price what I paid for it. But that's never really happened to me. So I don't tend to get lucky like that. So, but yes, I might do in that instance. Okay, so question 4: are there genres of music you really don't like and would never show on your channel? I'm pretty eclectic in my tastes, to be honest. I like most stuff. I don't tend to think of things in terms of genre. It's just a case of, if I listen to it, I like it. If it's got a good feel, if the melody's great, if there's a spirit there, I'll listen to it. I guess music is probably more important to me in some ways than the lyrics. So I don't know. I mean, I've never shown rap music or hip hop or anything like that. I don't particularly go for that kind of genre of music, but I mean, I have heard songs from artists like Outkast that I've quite liked, and there's been there's been odd tracks that I've liked here and there, but generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not particularly a fan of sort of death metal music either. Just that kind of speed metal or stuff like that. You're highly unlikely to ever see anything like that on my channel. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's a couple of examples there, but generally speaking, I'm very, very open. I'll listen to whatever takes my fancy, and if I like it, regardless of what genre it falls into, enough, I'll buy it. I'll support the artist. So there you go. Question 5: when watching other people's videos, do you ever flick through the video until you find an artist that you show that you like? This one made me chuckle. Yeah, that's a good question. The answer to that is yes, I have done that. I don't think I've ever done that with anybody that I'm regularly subscribed, that I've subscribed to, and videos I watch regularly, because I know what to expect. I know majority of the records that they show I'm going to like, or I'm going to be interested in. But I have done that speculatively on videos that I've just come across, I've just fallen into my feed. Say the thumbnails looked interesting, and then maybe the presenter shows a lot of promise. They're full of pizzazz, full of verve, and kind of maybe they're saying something witty or something that kind of drags you in. But then they start showing records that just or just don't particularly interest me. So yes, in those instances I may start going kind of but to be fair, I've said to people on my videos when I'm showing stuff, particularly because I know there's people out there, for instance, that really don't like jazz. Richard McCooks, mention no names, so he may well go, if I say that I've bought, I don't know, if there's like, there's a mixed bag, but there's some jazz in here, then maybe I would, and fair enough, if people genuinely aren't interested in a genre of music, why would they watch it, sort of thing. So yeah, the finger thing, it's fast forward. Yeah. Yes, I have done that on occasion. So okay. Okay, where are we? Yeah, question 6. What are your thoughts on shorts? I don't really have any particular feelings on shorts. I'm fairly ambivalent about it, I guess. I think I've inadvertently made shorts from my videos when I've done kind of test videos and stuff. Somebody pointed out to me that I should have made those private, so that they weren't out for public consumption. But yeah, I mean, I suppose, it's a bit like maybe some of those TikTok videos that are just kind of snappy and really fast, that you just kind of watch, for, I don't know, 30 seconds or whatever. Yeah, I mean, if I thought of something that would be engaging and interesting that would only last that long, would I make it into a short? Yes, I guess maybe I would, but I don't make a big thing of watching them. If the thumbnail or whatever looks interesting, I'll jump on them and watch them. And they usually, as the name suggests, they're short, so they don't take up much time to view. Okay, question 7. Do you use the community tab for polls, etc.? I don't personally. I haven't personally used the community tab for polls. I haven't put out any polls myself personally. I have sort of participated in a number of them, over the last probably maybe couple of years or so since people have been doing them. But I don't personally use them myself. So, okay. Question 8. Is there anything about your own videos you don't like? There's loads of things about my videos that I don't like. I don't like the fact that I sometimes am quite incoherent. But that used to be because I used to drink quite a lot, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, particularly during lockdown 2020 and 21. I was drinking an awful lot. I have cut down quite a lot now, but I used to get relatively leathered before I'd make a video, and that's why my videos were sometimes very haphazard, and I was ahhing lots of non-verbals as I do. Anybody who watches my videos will know that. I mean, I've done when you do the transcript and you put you put the subtitles on, and it's like all over the place. So yeah, but I mean, basically, I as I've said before, I make my videos on the fly. There's no editing. There's no fancy software to to edit my videos or shorten them, or bells and whistles, icons, badges, none of that. What you see is what you get. It's just point, shoot, hit the button, and hope for the best. So yeah, I would like to make them a bit more succinct, maybe. But I spend all day, because of my job, staring at at a PC screen all day. So when I'm finished at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is sit there sort of editing a video and blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously I'm doing that because if I'm watching YouTube videos or whatever, it's still screen time, but it's that kind of level of interaction. And to be honest with you, I really can't be bothered. So, but yeah, maybe I should. It would improve my subscriber count, and maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It is what it is. So there you go. Okay, question 9. We're coming near to the end now. Is there anything about other people's videos that you don't like? I love people who are genuinely funny, genuinely quirky, and have that and use that in their videos if it's a natural part of their personality. There are some videos out there, video makers out there, I think YouTubers, that I think are just deliberately quirky in a kind of annoying way. That's I don't know. It just, sometimes you watch people and you think, are you really kind of being yourself here? Are you? Is the real person coming through, or are you kind of hiding behind a mask? Do you feel the need to do this because you're making up for a lack in, what's lacking in your own personality? I mean, I know it's a kind of, we're all showmen to a certain extent. Everybody maybe puts on a little bit of an act at times, particularly in social situations, if you're nervous or whatever. I get that, but sometimes it's just, I think when I watch people's videos, it's so glaringly obvious that it's just that there's this veneer, that's there, that that maybe if they were to drop that, maybe it would be perhaps more watchable. I don't know. It's a bit like a salesperson, or in sales they say you've got 30 seconds to grab somebody, grab somebody's attention. If you don't within that period of time, then you've lost them. So maybe people think, oh, I've got to be this, I've got to be that, I've got to do it in this way for people to like what I'm doing, etc. I don't know. Yeah. So just kind of people being false or whatever sometimes on their videos, or maybe not coming over in a genuine way. Sometimes that's something that doesn't always hit the spot for me. So, okay. So question 10, the last one. If you were to stop making videos, would you, 1, shut the channel down completely, 2, keep the videos live, 3, make the videos private? Okay. There's been several, I think there's been at least 2, maybe 3 occasions since I've been making videos where I've had to have a break from it and I've stopped. And I did make an announcement, but I think I did that because I didn't want people to think that I was just going away forever, because even though I wasn't sure at the time, I was fairly certain that I was going to come back, and that it was I just needed a bit of a sabbatical, a break from doing it, just to recharge. And because sometimes you can lose your mojo for doing these videos, making this content. So and a break is a good thing to have. That said, it never occurred to me at any stage to take the videos down or to delete my channel. And I think even if the worst came to the worst and I absolutely wanted to stop and not continue, I would leave the content out there, or that's the way that I feel at the moment. I mean, a case in point where I think it was a real mistake to do that, I think, was Rob Sounds Strange. Fantastic. For me, one of the best VC channels that was out there. Just taught me so much about music, different genres, particularly classical, jazz. Just incredible insights and knowledge the guy had. He had this wonderful accent as well, which I used to love listening to, because I love accents and stuff. So, and he was just a great guy. And you know, when he stopped, I genuinely hoped that he would keep the content, and he didn't. He just took it all down. And I just think it's a shame because, you know, what he did, his knowledge and the stuff, the quality of the videos, you know, that should be there for people just to be able to, as a reference point, because he gave a lot of historical context as well about artists, and you know, from somebody who was a musician as well as somebody who really understood music, I think really well. So yeah, that was a real loss to the vinyl community. But there's been others that have done that as well, and it is a shame. But ultimately, it's I guess it's your channel, it's your decision. If you want to do that, that's up to you. But for me personally, I'd like to think that I wouldn't take my channel down, that I would keep all this rubbish for all time. So there you go. But yeah. So anyway, that's the 10 questions answered. So thanks again to Richard, as always, for putting the video together. Really interesting. Thank you very much, Richard. I have watched a few of these, and they've been very interesting. It's great to hear people's opinions, insights. Always entertaining. So thanks, guys. Just to let you know, I'm on holiday next week. I do intend to make a finds video. I've got some vinyl and a whole bunch of CDs as well, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to have time to do that this weekend. If I don't, hopefully I will get that updated and uploaded for next filmed and uploaded for next weekend. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, so anyway, cheers, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. All the best. Bye-bye.